Hello and welcome to episode 152 of the Truly Daebak Show. This is a bi-weekly podcast where the two of us come together every 2 weeks to discuss K-pop and whatever's current in the K-pop industry. This week we are going to be continuing our kind of little series we're going on of talking about like second-gen girl groups and the history of those. And once we kind of exhaust those, we'll go into the boy groups too, so don't worry. And then also we'll be talking about the new GFriend EP that came out, what was it, like 2 or 3 weeks ago at this point? I think it's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think just after we recorded
like
the last episode, I think is when
Probably.
it came out. So yeah, we'll be talking about that. Song of Sirens, the new mini album. So look forward to that in this episode. I guess also join Discord, all that stuff. We'll mention that probably at the end as well.
It was last Monday.
Last Monday? Okay. So yeah. Anyways, as always, I'm joined by Nate.
Oh, sexy eyes, sexy nose, sexy mouth. Don't you know?
Sexy Love by T-ara. Foreshadowing.
Yes. Fantastic song.
Yes. All right. So, and also I'm Jacob. Hashtag no blown out. Anyways, as I was saying before, just want you to tell you to join the Discord if you're interested in joining a community of a bunch of people who love music, K-pop, other stuff as well. We do a lot of cool events like song ratings, discography listens. We do a K-pop fantasy league. We do a whole bunch of cool, like, fun activities and stuff. So it's fun to join in.
Yeah.
You can talk with us, a bunch of other cool people. So
game nights. K-pop trivia at some point soon.
Yep. We played Scribble the other night, which was fun. It's like Pictionary sort of thing. I completely dominated in that, might I add.
You have an art background.
Yeah, I guess so.
Graphic
but
design,
like I was
more than most people.
Well, also I just type like decently fast. So I just like rapid fire all these guesses, so I usually get it first.
Oh, there's no like limit.
No, you can just guess as many as you want. I just keep guessing.
Spam.
Yeah, I'll see like 4 letters and it'll be like hand,
timer.
pear, bear, feet, foot, hand.
Yeah, it should probably have a time limit on how often you can guess.
Yeah, probably.
Give other people a shot.
Yeah, it's fun. Anyways, I guess with that we could probably go into no. I keep forgetting about this.
What we've been listening to.
Our segment that we added since switching to TDS. We usually like to talk about at the beginning of the episode like what we've been listening to lately. For me, recently I've been like just spending the like this week just like going through Boa's like entire discography, which has actually been really fun. Although it's funny because I think I started on Monday and I'm still only for context, her career started in 2000. That was when her first album came out, IDPSB. And I only made it to today. I only made it to Love and Honesty, which is 2004. So like,
got a ways to go.
Yeah, I'm still in 2004 for the Boa discography. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun though. Like, I'd say her first couple albums are definitely some of her weakest, besides the super 2000s stuff towards the middle of her career. Like when she was doing the American album, for instance. But that being said, there's
so many great songs on that album.
Yeah, dude, I'll talk about the American album in a second, just because I'm still so familiar with it. But like on IDPSB, there's a few really good songs, but there's a bunch of ones that you could probably just skip, to be honest. Like I'd listen to them once, but I probably wouldn't go back to them that often. And then the other ones from then on to number one, which is like her first like really good album in my opinion. They're all kind of like decent, like 6 or 7 with like some good songs that like I would add to my like best of Boa playlist, but like the whole albums as a whole, they're definitely not towards her strong end. But number one, Valenti, Atlantis Princess, Shine We Are was really good too. I just started Love and Honesty. I didn't get through it yet. that's still really good as well. So yeah, like once you get past like 2002, like her albums start being like really really good. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. Um, I'd say Atlantis Princess is probably my favorite of her early albums so
Early, oh
far.
yeah,
So
it's
like
also
that
her
whole like
best early single.
yeah, I can go through that entire album without skipping any songs. It's really really good. Like the only one I didn't put a heart next to on iTunes is Endless Sorrow, just because it kind of feels a little bit out of place because it's like a really like down tempo ballad. Um,
Hmm.
but that being said, the other ballad on the album Tree is super good as well. So, not to mention, yeah, like you said, Atlantis Princess, such a good single. Milky Way, in my opinion, is even better. Um, yeah, there's a lot of good B sides and stuff. So, yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with the Boa listen, especially since I'm listening to her Japanese albums, which I haven't listened to before. So, yeah,
Okay.
I like it. I like it a lot. I want
Yeah,
I
for me. Okay.
Oh, it's just I'm editing it off. Yeah, I'm liking a lot of it. So I was just curious how much it would cost to buy like all our old albums, and I found them all on
A
like Zen
lot.
Market for like no, not that much actually. Like I
Yeah, I
found
guess they were probably printed a ton.
yeah, like I went on. It was like just the I think this is what Sam uses for like rare albums and stuff. But I went
Yeah, I
on
checked
there
Zen Market for some stuff.
and the like I got like a lot of like 11 albums or something like that for like $20. So I was like,
Oh,
I'll
really?
take it.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, although it kind of sucked because I just before I bought that one, I bought a lot of 4 and 3 of those are in the
Mhm.
lot of 11, so I've
Oh, yeah.
a little bit extra,
It
but
doubles.
it's okay. I'm still getting like half her discography for super cheap, so I'll take it.
Yeah. For me, I've been listening to the new stuff, like Unji, Dreamcatcher put out a new song, which is for a game, but it's still a really good song.
Yeah, I still need to
GFriend,
listen to that.
obviously, we're gonna talk about. But then I've also kind of been going back and catching up on some of the releases we didn't cover in our episode that I missed. So I was checking out, like, I guess these are a little newer. I think they were after our episode, but like Eyes One and Stray Kids. I never checked out those until earlier this week. And then there were a couple of new boy groups that people talked about on Discord that I checked out that I liked. One is Elast, which is it's from a company I'd never heard of. I think they have some Produce X people in it. Huh?
It's a very K-pop name. Elast.
It's E apostrophe last, of course.
Yeah.
So, but it was really good. It's good vocals and good instrumentals. So check them out. They're brand new. And then Gravity, which is Starship's new boy group. Cooper kept telling me to check them out because they're like old Monsta X. So
cool.
I enjoyed them as well. Yeah, and then today I've been listening to Halo music because tomorrow is the Halo Infinite reveal, and I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to see that as well. We'll see what happens. All right. So I guess with that,
come hang out in our Discord and we'll talk about it.
Oh yeah, if you join Discord, we have a gaming channel. So if you want to talk about gaming with us too, basically we have a ton of good channels on there. So come check it out. Yeah, I guess with that we can get into the first topic / review. New GFriend mini.
Yep. Song of the Sirens.
Yes.
With the random Chinese character that matches the last album.
Yeah, Labyrinth. I asked Rob in our Discord because I think he knows Chinese. Like the character apparently means like return. So like it literally just means like come back, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's a new GFriend come back.
Yeah, come back. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. So if anybody has any more insight on that, like I'd love to hear it. But yeah, apparently it means like return.
I mean,
so
they're owned by Big Hit now, so they have to use random cryptic, crazy stuff.
Random cryptic lore.
Confuse the hell out of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Anyway. I guess
Apple.
Yes, Apple. The first song. So I saw a lot of people in our Discord saying it was like more like just what GFriend has been doing, but honestly, I think
Yeah, I didn't get that.
yeah, honestly, I think this is like completely not like a complete departure. Like yes, it's still GFriend, but I think this is definitely a new style.
Yeah.
Like it's still got like a rock
You
sort of influence, but it's different. It's not like the like guitar solo sort of stuff. It's like more
Yeah, I'm wondering if I misread that because I read that too. Um, and I'm wondering if I misread that and they were talking about the album as a whole.
oh
Because the
cuz
album
yeah,
as a
yeah.
whole definitely
Yeah, I agree with that.
definitely is G-Friend sounding.
Yeah,
But this song definitely is
the
not.
3 middle tracks I'd say that about for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Apple I think is definitely new ground for them, so I was happy to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really the first thing that stuck out to me, which again, if you listen to the podcast already before, like I talk about like really liking when they incorporate guitar into these sort of things.
Yeah, both of us like that.
I really like the guitar intro that they came in with. That sort of like leads the song along. Another thing I saw that people were talking about was the line distribution is like really really good in this song. Like every member gets like equal lines in the song. Which
Yeah, I
is
could
cool.
see that. They switch it up a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, overall I thought this was a really good release. I've actually been listening to this more than I did the Labyrinth EP, so pretty good.
Yeah, I've been listening to the song a lot. I also liked it a lot. I think they finally succeeded in doing something different since Fingertip.
Yeah.
But this is actually tracking well because Fingertip did not do well.
Well, it's weird. I want to say that people in Discord were saying people on the GFriend Discord hated it because it's different.
Hated this song.
Yeah, like they didn't like it.
No, that's not surprising.
I don't know
But-
if they were talking about this song or something else, but I think it was about Apple, and they were all like,
Probably.
they didn't like it because it's different. Which I was like, guys, like not everything has to be Me Gustas too.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm trying to check. I want to check if because I know Fingertip did not do well
in Korea.
yeah. compared to their previous stuff before it.
Because I know we in particular were really happy with Fingertip because they're finally doing something different.
Yeah,
Like I remember us calling it
I'm
like
just
their Run
wondering-
Devil Run moment. Like it was completely different, you know. But
so they did get wins,
yeah,
and that's what I was wondering because I know Apple's already gotten a win.
that's good.
But Fingertip also got wins.
Yeah.
However, the sales took a huge drop off.
Like
Granted,
of the
they
album?
haven't really recovered. I'm looking, so their sales, they have sales up to Summer Rain. This is download sales of the
Is this on
the,
like Wikipedia or something?
on
Okay.
Wikipedia. So actually, never mind. The album sold really well. Never mind.
Okay.
That was just single downloads. For some reason, I mean, the single itself had way less downloads.
Okay, so
than the stuff
like the
before.
general public didn't really download
Yes,
it as much.
but the album sold more than the previous stuff. So
yeah, I feel like
all that matters.
I feel like early in GFriend's career they were more on track to be like the second APink, like that sort of group for sure.
Yeah.
And then they like changing up the concept. I feel like maybe threw that off a little bit. So then they quickly jerked back into that with Love Whisper.
Yep.
But
Yep. I think I agree, and I think this is kind of moving into when APink finally successfully changed concept with
although they did it much
what was
later.
before What was before
Before
I can never remember that song.
Oh,
That was their
5?
first. Like, was it 5?
yeah, I think 5, and then before that was only 1.
Okay. No, I thought there was one after 5.
Are you sure? I can check.
I'm gonna look this up now too.
I have iTunes open, so.
But, like, yeah, APink did do it way later, but yeah, I'm So Sick is what I'm thinking.
Oh, I'm So Sick. Yeah, yeah.
I'm So Sick
before.
was when they finally like changed their concept.
Yeah.
So I think this is kind of that where they finally succeeded. But we'll see. For all I know, Koreans hate this song just as much as they hated Fingertip.
I think with GFriend they've really been on this track since Fever came out, which is a couple comebacks ago. So was that when Big Hit took over? Or was that before? I want to say it was a little bit
No,
before.
Labyrinth was the first
Yeah. Okay.
comeback since Big Hit. This is only the second comeback since Big Hit took over.
Gotcha.
As for the song though, I thought it was awesome. When I first heard it, it sounded like something Brown Eyed Girls would do.
I could see that for sure, actually.
And then Jakari came into Discord and mentioned that it gave him Kara vibes, which I can also see, which is awesome. Like you, I love the beginning with the guitar. I really like the chanting hook in the chorus.
Yeah.
It's not really what you'd expect from GFriend, but it gets stuck in your head. But you still get those like really great vocals that they're known for.
Yeah.
But they just add some like layering and effects that kind of change up the sound. And the instrumentals are very different from anything they've done before, other than the guitar, really. But yeah, I thought it was awesome. It has like a really mysterious, like mature vibe, which is reflected in the choreography and the styling.
Yeah.
Which I also loved.
Yeah, I feel like having the guitar influence still is like really the only place where this song intersects with their other music.
Yeah.
Other than that, I feel like this is a totally different direction that I really like. I thought the styling was actually really awesome. It was definitely way more mature.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like Shinbi's
The
red
choreo is
hair
really
as well
cool too. Yeah, Shinbi's red hair is really good.
Yeah. All right, so next track is Eye of the Storm. I kind of want to talk about like all the tracks on the album, so I'll just kind of go
Yeah,
through
I have marked them all down too.
So. So yeah, as we were saying before, these next three are kind of more GFriend, like what we're kind of used to.
100%.
That being said, I feel like all three of these are really good, and I think they could have been title tracks on past albums, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I totally could see this storm, Eye of the Storm, this next one being like a title track on a GFriend album, maybe like 3 years ago or so, like around Love Whisper or Summer Rain era. Yeah, really, really good. I don't have like a ton to say about it just because it is kind of just more GFriend style, super uplifting, like major sort of chorus. So, yeah.
Yeah, this song, yeah, like you said, it's what I expected. This one actually almost gets to like Fly High Dreamcatcher sound though, in terms of like how fast and like
I could see that.
it is.
I could see that.
It's like even more rocky than GFriend usually gets.
Now that you say that, I really would love to see them like do a song together, like some sort of huge super group sort of thing. That'd be crazy.
Because I always think of it as a spectrum where GFriend is on one end and Dreamcatcher is on the other, and they kind of head towards the middle sometimes with like Fly High and this are both like heading towards the middle in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I really like the first post chorus. It switches the focus on the keyboards and has like a really intense sound. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, this is the kind of music I love. If you listen to the podcast, you know it.
Yeah.
Like, I just love a mix of guitar, strings, and just really great vocals. So,
actually, now that I think about it, I think if this reminds me of any other GFriend song, it'd be Sunrise. The chorus reminds me a lot of the hey ya, hey ya.
Yep.
So, maybe it's like a similar chord progression or something like that. I don't really know off the top of my head, but yeah, it definitely reminds me of it. All right. Yeah, Room of Mirrors I think is even more GFriendish, like with the like strings sort of instrumentals and like it's super like rough sort of era, like that sort of thing.
This is the one I had the least to say about just because it is like it's very much GFriend.
Yeah, this one is more like their first like 3 or so albums.
Yep. But I think like it's still a great song, and it just reminds me why they don't need to switch up their sound.
Yeah.
Because they're just so good at songs like this, and they sound so good.
I feel like they're the only ones. I feel like they're the only ones that really do anything in this like specific sort of genre
like
influences.
Very string heavy.
Yeah, which I feel like
vocal focused songs.
Yeah, like I feel like their style is very anime-esque, which I think is why they get compared to Dreamcatcher a lot. I mean, we always
said that Dreamcatcher was like dark GFriend
Yeah,
when
exactly.
they first came out.
Exactly. It's like very anime, like lighthearted anime intro esque, like in like tone. So,
Yep.
and then tarot cards. I actually really liked the like how do I explain it? Like the sort of piano like in the beginning, like as
Okay.
it like
I'd
the
have to
twinkling.
re-listen to it.
Um and yeah, also like it opens up with a really nice high note. I'm pretty sure it's Una. I thought the vocals on this song was really good. So um yeah, like I said, it's just like the other ones. It's very G-friendish. It's super uplifting chorus, nice vocals.
Yeah, this one I thought sounded the most like a single
Yeah.
to their other songs, because it has a lot of very similar like vocal runs that their singles usually have during, like, especially during the chorus.
Yeah.
But yeah, once again, so they're like fast driving beat, guitar, vocals,
Yeah, exactly.
strings. I do like that in the bridge they cut the guitar, and there's actually like a pretty sweet bass line in there, mixed with some piano. So it was cool for them to cut the guitar and highlight the bass during the bridge.
And then I guess the most different I'd say is Creme Brulee. It's much more R&B like influence than.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the most that they've gone into this direction before. So I thought it was interesting to hear from them.
Yeah, I didn't expect this on the album, but I think it was nice to mix it up on the B-sides too.
Yeah.
After having those 3 songs that are very similar to previous stuff they've done.
Yeah.
I would say the song itself is not that interesting to me.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
I think most of what makes it interesting for me is just the fact that GFriend's the one that's doing it.
It's GFriend, exactly. It's not a bad song. I like the song.
Yeah.
It's just, and it's really cool for GFriend to do this, but like if a group that does a lot of R&B did this song, it would be pretty generic. I would say, like, the instrumentals, there's nothing like super interesting about them.
I think the biggest strength of this is the chorus is pretty catchy.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's not a bad song at all. And I think it makes sense to focus, like, not put a ton of effort into the instrumentals anyway, because you want to focus on their vocals. But yeah, it is like, I did want to point out that it was like, thinking about it outside of the context of GFriend, like it's not a super interesting R&B song.
Yeah, I could see that. And then yeah, I guess I don't really have that much else to say about it, but finally I think this next song is the one I have the most to say, just because it's like I wasn't expecting this to start playing after the like electronic sort of R&B style song. It's like they go into like a very country style like ballad in the end of the album. Yeah, I actually really like this. I like it's just simple like guitar strumming, sort of almost like campfire sort of ballad. Like I could see a music video or like a live performance where they just set up a campfire, they're sitting on logs like together just singing this song.
Yeah.
Although the biggest like the biggest surprise was like it like towards the end of the song like transitions out of that into like rock and then into more like an orchestral sort of thing like right at the very end. Yeah, this is probably my favorite of the B-sides on the album. I really liked how this ballad turned out.
Yeah, I didn't have a ton to say about it, just because, I mean, it's an acoustic ballad, and it's every group has their ballad on the album, but it sounds really great. Like, it's a really great song. I did like you were saying, that it changed it up in the choruses and at the end. Like, the choruses bring in a lot more strings.
Yeah.
Whereas the verses are, like you were saying, just like very acoustic guitar, like very like minimalist.
Yeah.
But then it builds at the end. But yeah, I thought it was a really great ballad.
I think the placement on the album, like putting this right at the end, was perfect. Like ending off on the orchestral like part of the ballad. I thought that was actually really nice for the tone.
Yeah, I wonder if putting the R&B song after Apple would have made more sense.
Yeah, I think I agree
It
with
would have
that.
been a little less jarring with
I would
the
have,
switch from
yeah, I would have went
the last
Apple,
two songs.
Creme Brulee, Eye of Storm, Romeo's, Tarot Cards, Stare in the North. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah, overall, this was a really solid mini album. Actually, I was really happy with this. Um, just because I know for like a couple years there, people were getting kind of just like fatigued, I guess, on them doing kind of the same style. So I think I'm
Yeah.
excited over like seeing like 2019, 2020, they've been switching it up quite a lot. So
Yeah, it's funny because I actually I kind of I was in that mindset for a while,
yeah,
like the past couple of years. Like Labyrinth, I feel like I didn't listen to almost at all, even though I liked the album a lot.
it's
But then
it's kind of funny.
recently,
I forgot about this, but the other day I was listening to Labyrinth, and they have a song on it that's called Dreamcatcher.
yeah, yep.
That'd be funny if Dreamcatcher made a song called 여자친구.
Yeah, they should. But yeah, we started doing concert watch-alongs on Saturdays in Discord. And we watched the GFriend concert I had, and that really brought me back into liking them. So I actually went and bought the rest of the albums I was missing. So I have their whole discography now.
Nice.
As well as I bought the other concert that was their 2019 concert, which is in the mail.
Cool.
It should be coming soon. But yeah, I think watching those concerts reminded me why they don't need to change up their style because their songs are just so their B-sides are so good.
Yeah, Ave Maria, that's one of my favorites. Rainbow, that one's also awesome.
Yep.
Those are what's funny is those are both on the Summer Rain album, which people
just
don't like because it was right in the middle of that time where people were kind of getting tired of it. But
yeah,
that album in retrospect is actually really good in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think all their B-sides are really good. They're one of the few groups that can say that. It's just if you don't like their style, you're not gonna like GFriend. They have a very specific style and they do it a lot. And if you like it, you're gonna love the group because they do it a lot and they do it really well.
Yeah, I think this is this album though in particular was a really good evolution on that style. I like seeing progress despite sticking to that style largely. Again, like I said, Apple is kind of completely different, but at the same time it is definitely within their wheelhouse, I think. So I think they've been going in a pretty good direction since the Big Hit merger. So I'm excited to see what the next in this series of albums is. I'm assuming it's going to be a trilogy. Yeah,
probably.
Or who knows? Maybe they'll just put that character in front of every album from now on.
Yeah, well, it's just a comeback. So
yeah, well, that's what it seems like. If it really means return, then it's comeback.
It's probably a trilogy because I mean, what BTS did the same thing with the
Love Yourself. And
didn't they all have
Soul? Yeah.
Didn't they all have a Chinese character with them?
Yeah. I think Love Yourself did. Let me double check that.
Yeah, I think that trilogy had. I think they had a different one for each album.
Yeah. Love Yourself.
A single Chinese character.
Yeah, they did have different ones for each one.
So it's similar to that.
Yep. So yeah, although this one had the same one, so I guess it's just more just denoting that it's a series. But yeah, it's cool. I'm excited for the next one. I'm assuming we'll probably get that in a few months because Labyrinth didn't come out that long ago, did it? Yeah, it was this year. Yeah, Labyrinth was Labyrinth's 2020, and so is Song of Sirens. So I imagine we'll probably
get it at the end of the year.
Yeah, I imagine probably around December, maybe January. So
yeah.
I guess with that, there's our GFriend sort of thoughts. It's a really good mini album. I definitely recommend. So I guess from here we will continue our sort of discussion from about a month ago, 2 episodes ago. We're kind of just going through old second generation girl groups just because I feel like there's a lot of new fans now today. I feel like so many that are post 2017 2018 that they outnumber old fans now just because K-pop's been growing so explosively.
It's been like that for forever.
So at this point, I think it'd be really nice to just go over for the people who aren't like they just haven't had the time to go back and look or haven't been interested yet. Just to talk about some of the old groups that we really liked back in the day, because we've been into K-pop for like 10 years at this point now. So, yeah. So last time we talked about this, we covered what SNSD, Wonder Girls, Kara,
21
and 4 Minute. Yeah. Those are probably like my big five, like back in the day. So we got like most of the really big ones out of the way.
We missed one of my top 3, but we're talking about them today. So
Yeah.
we'll get there later.
Yeah. So did I already say who we were talking about earlier?
No,
I don't
you
know.
didn't.
I'll just say it now. We're gonna be talking about this episode. T-ara first. We're doing it in debut order. That's why the order is significant. We didn't last time, I don't think, but like
No, we just talked about them. Whatever, whatever we felt like.
This time we just decided to go in debut order of the 3 we selected to talk about. So yeah, T-ara, and then Sistar, and then APink. Yeah, I definitely agree. APink's definitely one of my favorite groups. For sure. Like,
Yep.
I think they became more of my favorite group like after No 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 came out though. Like after those, like No No No, Mr. Chu, and those.
Yeah, I mean that's just like a run of amazingly good singles.
Anyways, we'll talk about those later. First, we're gonna talk about T-ara, who we got flamed about once because we had the nerve to say 4 Minute was more popular than them. Or no, we said 4 Minute was as popular as them.
Yes. Yes.
Oh man.
And someone screamed at us saying T-ara was way more popular, but then they fell off a cliff, which we'll get into at some point.
Yeah, that was a whole saga. It's actually pretty interesting to talk about. So, yeah, I don't even know what their debut was actually. Like I don't even know what order their songs came out.
Their debut was
Absolute first album.
Kojima?
Oh, the Lie?
Yeah, Lies.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm looking. Okay, so I'm not as familiar with their whole discography, but I know a ton of their like hit songs, obviously.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat as you, where like I know all their songs, but I have no idea what order they came out in.
Yeah,
because I just listened to all of them and like it's just a jumbled mess.
Yeah, like when I first got into K-pop, I was like, oh, I love Bo Peep Bo Peep. I love like Roly Poly. I think Lovey Dovey came out shortly after I got into K-pop. I think it was one of the first new releases I saw from them.
Yeah. So, well, part of this is the reason why I'm looking at their list of singles, and their first 5 singles are on their first album. So they just like
okay, yeah,
because they debuted with a full album, and they put out like Bo Peep is on that, but Bo Peep's their 4th single.
Okay,
so that's why.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up I'll pull up a Wikipedia article about it.
Yeah, so I
can follow along.
Their first single was Lie, then they did Time to Love and Time to Love 2.
Okay.
And then Bo Peep. And Bo Peep was when they got big.
Yeah, that was like the first big song I saw from them. And it's funny because I first heard it and I was like, oh my god, this song is so annoying. But then it got stuck in my head forever.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how the catchiest of K-pop songs work. You just this song's so repetitive and dumb and boring, but then you're singing it 30 minutes later and you're like, now I gotta go listen to this again, and then you just keep listening to it and you love it.
It was just boppy 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 boppy
yeah,
boppy boppy
that's the whole song right there, and it's so good.
Yeah, apparently, no, seriously, this is crazy. Like the single apparently sold 1.6 million copies in Korea. So yeah, that's definitely impressive for a brand new group back then. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, never mind. Okay. Yeah, so Roly Poly I think is definitely their most iconic song for sure.
After Bo Peep, yeah. I would say Bo Peep's their most iconic song.
Okay.
But then Roly Poly.
Because Roly Poly has 4 million single sales, which is crazy.
Yeah. And that was right before all this stuff started happening, so that was that was kind of their peak.
When did that happen? Because I think it was definitely after.
It was 2012.
Actually, I can check because I had the members timeline up because T-ara has an incredibly messy members situation. I
Yeah,
guess it
so
wasn't that bad actually. They just added on
it
3
was
members.
July 2012.
Okay. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm looking at the because on Wikipedia for a lot of bands, if they have a lot of member changes, they'll put a member timeline
The
just to
like
show.
graph chart thing, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. So T-ara, they debuted with 5 members, then 2 of them left, then they added 3 more, and then they
Yep.
added Hwa-young, who she's the one who has all the drama related to her, which we'll talk about. Um, and then right before Hwa-young left, Autumn was added. So like at one time they actually did have 8 members when they started with 5, and then they went back down to 6, and then they went down to 4. So yeah, they definitely
Yep.
had a ton of like member changes.
Yeah. Before I guess to just like start people out, like we should talk about the group in general and like what they are. So like T-ara is a MBK group.
Oh yes, yes.
If you don't know MBK, they're a horrible company
Yeah, don't
that
they
you
have
should
Dia
never
now?
support. Yeah, they've had Dia. Dia was like their only, or they were
Oh,
next to T-ara.
look how that
But
turned out.
yeah, they had Speed was like one of their big boy groups.
I don't think
Before
I've
that they had co-ed
I don't think I've ever
co-ed
listened to
school.
Speed before.
I've heard of them. The only reason I know them is because they're in T-ara like songs.
Yeah.
Because isn't it Time to Love 2, I think, is T-ara and Speed.
Okay, yeah.
Or something like that. One of their songs is like with a boy group.
Mm.
And that's like the only reason I know that. But yeah, MBK is known for being horrible at managing their artists. And you'll find out why. T-ara was one of those groups. But they're known for putting out just bangers. Like
Yeah.
if you like K-pop bangers, like just club EDM, like auto-tune,
Yeah.
just hype songs.
Either like hype, super addictive choruses that could be seen as annoying if you don't like them.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
And then also
earworm.
on top of that, Supernova. That was the group I was thinking of. Supernova was before Speed.
Okay,
They're the ones that did Time to Love.
gotcha.
But they're then on other side of that, they put out MBK is a very specific style of like R&B ballad song, and T-ara's like the other half of T-ara's singles are those.
Yeah.
So you kind of get this weird like dichotomy where you're either gonna get this like slow jam R&B ballad song, or you're just gonna get this crazy EDM club banger.
Yeah. Okay, I just looked at MBK's page and they literally only have one group right now. And it's apparently called Highbrow, and I've literally never heard of that.
Well, yeah, but that's because they shoved all of their actual groups under their Pocket Doll Studio brand.
Oh,
that's where Dia is.
Yes, is
that's where
artists.
One the Nine is.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Like that's where all their actual groups are.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
And then apparently Cheon is under like as an actress, she's under MBK like
MBK.
full. But
Dia she's not
under...
in Dia anymore if you watch the news comeback, so
Oh, I didn't even know that actually.
Yeah, they
I'm at the point with Dia
was
that
convenient.
I'm at the point with Dia that like I just don't even bother anymore.
It was just they just didn't mention it, but then there were only 5 of them in the teaser photos. People are like, "Where's Cheon and Somi?" And then they're just like, "Oh, this is a unit." And it's like, you didn't say like, no, it's not. They're just not there. Like you're just calling it Dia.
They're a unit, and they're still called just Dia. Okay.
Yeah, and they're just conveniently missing.
Jeez. I didn't realize that they had SG Wannabe. That's cool.
So, yeah. So back to T-ara though. I like.
Oh, and Davichi. What the hell?
They have some. Oh yeah, they did Davichi for a long time until Davichi left.
Oh, and co-ed school, which was not good.
Yeah, that's where Chami came from.
Ooh.
Who came back as a solo artist finally. But back to T-ara.
Yeah.
Let's get back on
Yes,
track.
yes. Back to T-ara.
What are some of their best songs?
I'd say my favorite of theirs is definitely, I'd say Lovey Dovey is probably my favorite of their singles. Also, I love the music video. It's like the drama version is like they're in a club dancing and then everybody turns into zombies.
Yeah, that's another thing MBK was known for is drama MVs. There
Yeah.
are some T-ara MVs that are like 15 minutes long, and there's only like the 3 minutes of music and 12 minutes of just ridiculous drama
Yeah.
acting.
Dude, back in the day, like when I first got into K-pop, that was such a huge thing. Like T-ara did drama MVs, Infinite did them a lot too, I remember.
Yep.
Yeah, that was actually a lot of fun. I kind of wish they'd bring those back because they don't really do them anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just because I feel like they realized that nobody really watched those versions. If they released a short version or a dance version, everyone would just watch whichever one's just a song.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because like you really only
that's
need to
what I
watch.
always did.
Yeah, you really only need to watch the drama version once, and then
Yep.
yeah, like that's about it. So yeah, I'd say the big ones are Bo Peep, Roly Poly, for me at least. Bo Peep, Roly Poly, Lovey Dovey, Sexy Love. Those are the big like early years ones that I liked.
Yeah, a good, and I forgot about this. A good comparison to like a newer group that you might know is EXID, because most of the like banger singles from T-ara were produced by Shin Dong Tiger.
Yeah.
Who produced all of EXID stuff.
Yeah, EXID and 4 Minutes early stuff before we talked about last time, before they did the weird switch to Brave Brothers for some reason, and then I was mad, and then yeah. Anyway.
Yep. Yeah, for me, Sexy Love is up there. I actually really like all their ballad songs.
Like Cry is really good.
Cry is really good. Day by Day. Like I really like those like R&B ballads that they do. But yeah, in terms of like their hype upbeat songs, I really like Sexy Love. Sugar Free is awesome.
Oh, yes.
It's got like 3 different versions, which are they're like really subtle. You could barely tell the difference, but
it's like big room EDM version or whatever.
Good. Yeah, exactly. They're just like random different EDM versions.
Yeah.
And then Everyone Hates on Me in Discord, but I love Ti Amo as well, which people hate because it's a Christmas song, but I think it's a good Christmas song.
Number 9 is also really good as well. I always forget that one exists.
Number 9 is good. I think most of their singles are really good. Even like going back to Lie and Time to Love, like I like those songs a lot too.
Or or Yeah. The MV for that is
Yeah is very
would not fly today.
Yeah, that is very offensive.
Yeah, if you want to see
Native Americans,
if you want to see the MV, just go look it up. You'll see what we mean.
Not even just the MV, the song itself, because it's just like imitating the
yeah, I guess that's true.
Like the Native American like hand over your mouth thing.
Yeah,
that people imitated.
One thing I wanna shout out is the title of the album that Roly Poly is from. It's literally called John Travolta Wannabe. I don't know why they called it that. But
I don't know why they called it John Travolta Wannabe either.
But that's like it's like a great album name, like unironically. Honestly, I think that'd be a really cool band name. Like it sounds like the name of a rock band. It's just called John Travolta Wannabe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. 100% does sound like it sounds like an indie rock band.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot to talk about their subunit. T-ara N4 was really good. I really liked
N4, which had
Jungwon Diary.
a member that. Well, it also had someone who wasn't
in the full
member
group
of T-ara.
Yeah.
It had Danny, who has just been in the dungeon for a million years. She was on.
Dude, she's like the Kaun of. She's the Kaun of T-ara.
Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. I'm mixing up. It doesn't have Danny. It has Aram.
Yeah.
Well, it had Aram.
She was in the full group at one point.
Yes, that's why I got confused. But yeah, Aram was in the full group, but she was only there for like less than a year.
Yeah, wait.
I could have sworn Danny was part. Danny did something with T-ara.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna look this up as well
I'm looking
because I remember that as well.
Oh, she joined. Okay, she joined N4 as a temporary member after Arum left.
Oh yeah,
But then
that's what happened.
she got removed.
Yeah, because Arum, she left because of the whole like Hwa-young thing. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Well, she joined after Hwa-young and then got shit on
By
because they're
fans.
like, "Oh, you're just replaced."
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're like, "You're replacing Hwa-young, who got bullied out of the group," which we'll get into right after this. So yeah, she basically like was added and then immediately left because she couldn't handle the bullshit that she had to take.
Yeah.
And then Danny joined T-ara N4 as a temporary member, but then she had to leave because of controversy too.
Wait, what happened to her?
It doesn't actually say here why, but I assume it was probably similar things as
their agency initiated Danny not to be part of T-ara N4, and Danny continued training under the agency. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Danny's been there. She was in Produce 101. With Jaehyun and Kathy or Heehyun from Daya, but she didn't get added. She wasn't in Daya, even though she should have. She was talented enough. And then yeah, she's just been in the dungeon forever.
She's still there.
I assume she's not, but she's not anywhere else, and she hasn't said so. I follow her on Instagram. She posts a lot, so she's not like hidden in a dungeon where she can't communicate at all.
Yeah,
I assume she's just not part of the industry anymore.
Just not in entertainment anymore. Yeah, that's unfortunate because I feel like they should have just added her to T-ara, but then again, like, with like whatever happened, what happened to her, it was kind of, or to them, I mean, it was kind of shitty. But yeah,
yeah.
So anyways,
she did really well on Produce as well. She got 24th. So she made it to the last episode, or the second to last episode.
Yeah, with T-ara N4, I just want to cover like the song Jeonwon Diary is like, it's so good. I haven't listened to it in years though. I need to go back to it.
Yeah,
but I still remember the chorus vividly. The ting, ba-ringa, ringa, ting. It was so catchy. I listened to that a lot.
It is
in like in high school.
Okay, do we want to talk about their downfall?
Yes. So like mid-career. So anyways, so like in like 2010 they added Hwa-young, which she was like a new member. And then in 2012 she came out and was like basically said that like all the other members were, I don't know if she said specifically all the other members, but she said
here, I'll read the whole paragraph on Wikipedia and we can elaborate.
Okay, yeah.
So on July 25th and 26th, they held a concert in Japan. Hwa-young only performed one song due to a leg injury. After the concert, one member of T-ara tweeted a general message about determination, and 4 of the other members agreed with her. Subsequently, Hwa-young and her sister Hyo-young tweeted about a bad person, which gave Korean netizens the impression that there was conflict within the group.
Yep.
Netizens retweeted the messages and speculated that Hwa-young was being bullied when it got out of hand. So I remember MBK used to be called CCM, Core Contents Media. They were like not saying anything about any of this. And then just abruptly announced that Hwa-young was leaving the group on the 30th. After being with the group for a year and 8 months. So the CEO claimed that her contract was terminated because staff members felt her behavior was hurting teamwork, and the bullying controversy was not the reason for her departure. The controversy caused the group to temporarily suspend activities. Group members continued their individual activities. Both Hwa-young and other members of T-ara said the facts about their bullying issue were made up by netizens, but on the other hand, confirmed that there was conflict between her and the other members. But yeah, basically, it was just this whole thing where she didn't perform, and there was some vague tweets, and netizens went crazy.
Yeah, and then she pretty much played into the whole like bullying theory. And continued to have a successful career, I think, as an actress.
So yeah, she was an actress ever since then, and this basically ruined T-ara. Like they were getting to be one of the biggest groups before this, and after this, they just fell off a cliff in terms of popularity. They kept going and putting out songs till 2017, 2016.
Like they were still decent. They were still a popular group, like don't get us wrong, but like they were in the upper echelon, like with you know, SNSD 21, etc. before this.
Yeah.
And then they fell down
Yep.
to more of a just like
a
just,
B tier,
exactly, yeah.
C tier group where they had a good group of fans, but they weren't really like growing,
Yeah,
and
like,
they weren't superstars.
yeah, like I feel like they had at that time they were well on track to being like an A-list group in terms of
So
how popular they were.
Yeah, so this basically ruined their career for years. And then in 2017, it comes out that Hwayoung and her sister, they appeared on a reality show and spoke about the controversy again, saying her sister was the only person who had supported her during the incident, how hard everything had been for her. After that, former staff members stepped forward and alleged it had actually been the twins who were bullying the other members and released text messages showing the Hwayoung's twin sister threatening former member Aram with physical harm for not supporting Hwayoung. More and more staff came forward with evidence that Hwayoung basically made all of this up. She faked how severe her injury was to get more sympathy. And then eventually Hwayoung had to admit this was real because there was just so much evidence. Like,
there's no way you
after
could...
suffering. Yeah. So then she got kicked out of a bunch of TV shows and deleted her Instagram account. So yeah, T-ara kind of got justice in the end, but it was like kind of hollow justice at this point because it was the end of their career. They put out one more
they
single,
disbanded that year.
After that. Yeah, they put out one final album in May, and then Soyeon and Boram left, and then the rest of the four left.
It's fun. It's weird.
Oh no, the four put out one more song after that.
Yeah, because I was gonna say the four had to fight with MBK to get the rights to release music under the name T-ara.
Well, yeah, that's after that, where after they left the company, they T-ara or MBK, they talked about wanting to keep using the name T-ara, and even though they left the company, and MBK tried to trademark the name T-ara, and then they got denied.
So stupid. It's so stupid. Why would you do that? Like, other than to just like
you're never gonna name it. It's like when what was it when they wanted to do what was it with Hyuna, where they
4 Minute,
like, I don't think it was it 4 Minute or was it Troublemaker? They were gonna reuse Troublemaker again or whatever.
No. This is what it was. It was when all the Beast members left Cube.
Oh, Beast.
And they wanted to do Beast with Sunsung and like other people. And he was like, he was like, fuck no, we're not doing that.
Yep. That's exactly what it was. What I was thinking of. I knew it was Cube. Basically all the members of Beast left and made Highlight.
Yeah.
Except for one member stayed at Cube, and they were like, we're gonna keep Beast going with this one member, an entirely new like lineup, and the one member was like, no, we're not doing that. Like, you're so dumb. So like, what was MPK gonna do, make a new T-ara with all no members? And the name is Sullied. Like, you don't even want to reuse that name because of all the BS that
I don't know.
They dealt with.
I don't know what goes through the executives' minds when they're like, "Yeah, no, you can't use this."
They're
name.
Just greedy assholes and think they're gonna lose money or they're pissed that the girls might be able to make money off of
the name that they created. Who cares? It's a name.
This is why I love DSP, because DSP is great. Like, Rainbow was able to come back using a comeback that
they produce themselves.
Jake Young funded that comeback.
Yeah,
their last song, and that was all independently produced and funded. And DSP is just like, yeah, you guys can use Rainbow. Like, you're Rainbow. Like, you're the group. Like, they don't care.
Like, I imagine if some Kara members wanted to do something, like, they could do it as well. Like, obviously, unfortunately, R is not here anymore. But I mean, you know, I'm sure they would have no problem with it. But
so that's T-ara. They put out awesome bangers. They got screwed over by the twin snakes, as we call them.
Dude, that was so funny. It was like literally the perfect opportunity to use that name.
Everyone was calling them calling Hwa-young Snake for a long time, or once this all came out, and then we found out how much her sister was involved, and they just became known as the Twin Snakes.
Yep. I think that was actually one of the first like podcast episodes we had was when all that came out.
Yeah.
That was you can probably go back and find that episode. We talk about it in more detail.
It was February 2017, so yeah, it would have been like episode like 6.
Yeah.
Like 4 to 8, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, so all right, proceed with caution then. If you go to listen to it, we're definitely going to be way lower production value,
Or
like
quality is going to be bad. You got to stare at that ugly pinkish purple
color background.
Color background. God, what were we thinking?
I don't know.
Horrible logo.
Yeah, the logo I literally made in like 3 minutes. I was like, I don't know. Let's just do this. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much T-ara in a nutshell. I'd say, I guess we can just kind of sweep over again the essential singles to look at. But
yes.
Yeah, I'd say definitely look at as I navigate back to the singles page. Yeah, Bo Peep, Bo Peep. Yeah, just because it's so funny. Like, just how bad it is. That one.
Yes.
Roly Poly, Cry for sure. That one's one of my favorites.
Yep. Lovey
Dovey, Day by Day, Sexy Love, Number 9,
Sugar
Free. And I think that's about
there's a ridiculous. I forgot. No, I don't know if you've listened to this song before, but they have a Japanese single called Buddy Style. That song is ridiculous.
Okay, I don't think I've heard that. Oh, they did have a Chinese song that was really good.
There is the
Chinese. What's it called? It's called like Little Apple or something like that. That was really good.
Was there China? Oh yeah, collaboration single Little Apple with Chopstick Brothers.
Yeah, it was a cover of the Chopstick Brothers song or whatever.
Okay, yeah, it's a cover of that.
Yeah, but the T-ara version I really liked. It was fun.
There is a scene in the Bunny Style music video where like they're doing headshots like for each member, but they're laying on Legos, and I'm like, that's gotta be the most painful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's like
they're just laying on a bed of Legos.
It's kind of funny because like in Western countries, I don't know about, or in English speaking countries that is, I don't know about in Korea, but it's like a meme like stepping on Lego is like
stepping
the most
on Legos,
painful
exactly.
thing.
I assume there's like an outline of a person where they're not actually laying on Legos and they're just surrounded by Legos.
Yeah.
But it looks like they're laying on Legos.
Then
and
again,
I'm like, that's painful.
They do have those acupuncture mats in Korea. Maybe they're used to it.
That's true. Okay, let's move on.
Yes.
We're already an hour in.
Yes, on to the next group. Sistar. Dude, Sistar was
Queens of Summer.
Sistar was definitely one of my favorite groups, like back in like my early K-pop days. Like, I think the first thing I ever heard from them was So Cool. I didn't see Push Push or Shady Girl or anything like that until after.
Yeah.
And that song I really, really liked. It was super, super catchy. It was good.
So I actually found Sistar through My Boy.
Oh, really? Oh, like Sistar 19.
Because Hyuk, this is how I actually got into K-pop, where like back in the day was when, because what was that? That was 2011, right? Or was that 2012?
I have no idea when My Boy came out.
That was 2011. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was May 2011.
Yeah.
So that was around when I got into K-pop, because Hyuk would watch that music video
over and over.
Between games of StarCraft while he was streaming, and I was like, I found K-pop through Hyuk streaming K-pop just between StarCraft matches.
That's
and
funny.
This was one of the songs. So that's like how I got introduced to Sistar, was watching him, and he just loved My Boy.
I always forget that My Boy was a single before not around any longer.
Yeah, it's so early. I always forget how early it is in their career. Like,
yeah, because it was just a single, and they didn't put on the EP until 2 years later.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. But yeah, it was like, that was a year after they debuted, they put out that single, like that subunit. But yeah, Sistar is another like group that just they have a vibe.
Yeah.
I would say this is probably a group a lot of you guys probably know or might know.
Yeah, still know
even
already.
if you joined
Yeah,
later.
'cause Touch My Body and Shake It were like super popular summer songs.
They're really big, and they were putting out music all the way into 2017.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Even if
though.
you joined around then,
they didn't actually release that many singles in their lifetime. They only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 12 singles, including their Goodbye single, which nobody, which was one of those generic like down tempo goodbye singles.
I forget that was a thing. Yeah, I forgot that was a single.
Yeah, Lonely.
But yeah, they're from Starship. They might have been Starship's first group. I'm gonna look this up.
I want to say you're right. I'm already on Wikipedia.
I'm looking up. Don't worry about it. Yeah, they were 2000. Yeah, because Boyfriend was 2011. Although K-Will might have been there before. I don't know when he's still here. It doesn't have a time.
K-Will's active since 2007.
K-Will was on Big Hit. K-Will was part of Big Hit. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's kind of funny actually. Yeah, I always forget Big Hit actually was like an agency. Like it was like a B-list one for a long time. Because yeah, like you said, they had K-Will and they also had Glam.
Yeah, this was 2007.
And they had 2AM.
Yep.
I remember
I forgot
8.
2AM
I remember
was
8 as well.
with them. Yep. Yeah, they've been around for a while. So yeah, K-Will was only there for a year. So yeah, I don't know. Sistar was one of their first groups, probably their first group. And they're just known for being the queens of summer.
Yep.
Like we said it. You've probably heard Touch My Body. That's like the quintessential summer K-pop song.
Absolutely. Although,
and that's
honestly,
just what they were known for.
This might be a hot take, but my favorite like Sistar summer song is "Loving You," like easily.
They're all so good.
Yeah, I just remember when I first got into K-pop, I used to watch the music video for "Loving You" like over and over, just because it was so good.
"Loving You." I don't know which one's my favorite. They're all so good. I can't pick one because my favorite single of theirs is actually their last single. I like that.
Yeah, I like that. Was really good.
I loved that song, and it's not a summer song.
Wow,
but
I did not know that. Apparently, So Cool had the most single sales for them. I'm surprised by that because no one talks about So Cool anymore.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was a song that kind of blew them up.
Yeah, that was the first one I ever saw from them. The thing I always remember about it was their dresses were like extremely short in that music video. They were all like,
well, and they did the fart wafting dance for that.
Oh yeah.
Where they just like wave their hand in front of their butt and it looks like they're like waving away a fart. But yeah, their first 4 songs are like pretty similar actually, like Push Push, Shady Girl, How Dare You, and So Cool.
Yeah,
like they're all a pretty similar sound.
I want to say that was also Shin Sadong Tiger. Let me check for sure.
Yeah, I think it was. I still have his. Oh no, I don't. I think it was
So
though.
Cool.
He definitely did stuff
no,
for Sistar.
Brave Brothers. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they were like they were like one of the first groups that Brave Brothers like became popular with. It was like Sistar and AOA, and then 4 Minute also.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Oh, Brown Eyed Girls.
But yeah, then they just kind of, after those first 4 songs, they did Alone as well. But then after that, they just became the queens of summer. They had Loving You, Give It to Me, Touch My Body, I Swear, Shake It. Like,
yep.
All those songs are just.
Although I'd say Give It to Me is more
tier.
like Alone in tone. But yeah, definitely from Loving You and then skip to Touch My Body and then on from there, it's definitely all summer songs.
Shake It. Yeah. Yeah, Alone, Give It to Me, and I Like That are not really summer songs. They're more of like
mature, sexy,
like sexy songs. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they're all those songs from So Cool on. They got number 1 with.
Yeah.
On the charts, including Lonely, which is a crappy goodbye ballad.
Yeah.
Which Sistar is not known for at all.
Sistar and Wonder Girls, they did the same thing with their goodbyes, and we were like, bruh.
Yep.
No.
Like, stop it.
Go out with a bang.
But yeah, it's interesting because they're known for this style of song, but they're actually just they have really good vocals.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Hyorin
Soyu
is
and Hyolyn
yeah.
are insane.
Hyorin's always been known as being one of the best K-pop vocalists, like ever
Yeah,
since they've been out.
Hyolyn is known for just like she's just like got that like diva style of vocals, like
Yep.
just she could just do that like the Mariah Carey runs of like just ridiculous ad-libbing
Yep.
and having just like a really husky voice. And then Soyu is just Soyu is actually one of my favorite female vocalists in K-pop.
Definitely
I
with her solo
love
career.
the like I love the super like airy voice that she's known for. Like she was always known for having that like very airy vocals.
Yeah.
And I love that sound. So yeah, it was just interesting because they were known as this like sexy summer group that always wore like swimsuits or like short shorts and did like sexy choreography, like sexy fun choreography.
Yeah, and then Hyolyn like turns that up to 11
and then
recent songs.
Yeah, oh yeah, God. But they just have like these really great vocalists and like they're a really talented group, even though they got known for being like sexy and fun.
Yeah.
It was just a really good combination though. Like I think if they didn't have those vocals, they wouldn't have been nearly as big as
they
were.
I think I definitely agree with that, is that they definitely became as big as they are from their talent for sure. Also, I feel like they're like were pretty good like personalities like on like TV and stuff like that also.
Yeah, they were.
Like
they did a lot of variety stuff.
Although I'd say unfortunately the like only exception to all this is Dasom. I think she's kind of like stands out a little bit.
But she acts the most.
Yeah. So yeah, she acts a lot, and I think she's known for being like really pretty, so she would show up in music videos all the time for Starship.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, she's been doing TV series like every year since.
Oh, really? She's still acting? I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, she was in a show on GTPC this year.
Song Ji-hyo. Cool.
Yeah, Song Ji-hyo's the lead,
the MC.
She's but yeah, so like they all had, and then Bora was the rapper, and she did a lot of variety. She was really popular on variety. She's also best friends with Tiffany.
Yep.
So that's always a plus for us.
Yes.
But yeah, they just have a really talented, like all four of them are really talented, and their music's really good.
Yeah.
I think all three of their, like, you can definitely lump their singles into three different groups, and I think all three groups are really good.
Yeah, so like early group, and then like dark sexy group, and then bright summer group.
Summer.
Yeah.
And I actually like the like mature sexy songs probably the most.
Yeah, like Alone. I played the crap out of that on my like iPod in like high school. I used to listen to that so
Alone,
much.
Like I like that, I think, is my favorite song of theirs. And Give It to Me and Alone are like up there. But their summer stuff's just like legendary. Everyone loves it and knows it. Yep. They actually won like most of the top 10 of our first song rating.
Yeah, because
it's just so it was funny because
like yeah,
exactly. Like everyone was not happy with it.
It's
because it was not like the interesting picks or like the people we wanted.
Yeah, it's they're nobody's like in our Discord at least. Like no one's top favorite, but like everybody likes them.
But nobody hates them.
Yeah,
exactly.
So that's why they came up to like the top.
Yeah, like SNSD didn't win because there are people that hate SNSD songs, and like same with all the other groups, but everyone likes the Sistar song, so they were the least offensive group in the first rating, so they won.
Yep.
I think it was Alone that actually won.
Dude, Alone, I love that so much. The music video is really cool too. I love the like red and black aesthetic. Yeah.
Keep talking while I look this up. It's gonna take me a while to figure this out.
I remember in the speaking of like these old MVs, I remember in Loving You, there's like this random part where they're like on a beach, and they just have this like random white dude with braces do a flip for some reason, like, and they show his face like for like 1 second in the Loving You MV. Yeah, I don't know why they did this. Like, I'm pretty sure they filmed it in like Hawaii or something, so that's why. But like, it still was just so random. Like I want to know the story behind putting this kid in the music video.
Yeah, that, that's kind of weird.
Like they literally do like a half-second shot of this dude's face.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So oh yeah, Touch My Body was also I remember, if anybody's seen the slightly offensive Family Guy episode where they go to Korea.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like
Yes, I forgot
yeah,
about that.
they show
Sistar was in
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Yeah, so he like
Yep.
they were like looking at K-pop
Peter's
music
lines.
videos, and he was like
My
they were
favorite.
watching the Sistar one. He was like, "What is this? And how can I make my entire life about it?"
Entire life about it. Yep. That is one of my favorite quotes about. I show that to people all the time for K-pop. I'm just like,
yeah, it's like
watch this clip, and Peter's reaction is
pretty much
everyone's reaction.
Yeah.
So I am looking. Sistar got first and second and eighth in the top 10. Alone won.
Touch
I
My
like
Body.
that got second.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
So my favorite got second, which I was happy about. And then Give It To Me was number 8.
Oh, so everybody
so our Discord
the
prefers
mature, sexy ones.
the mature sexies. Yep,
Okay.
all the top 3 were the 3 mature sexy songs. So
Interesting.
and actually the bottom 4 of theirs were the first 4. So like it was actually split exactly on those 3 like groups of songs.
Wait, the first 4 was
It was
like the
like-
bottom 4 of the entire rating?
Not the bottom 4 of the entire rating, but the bottom 4 of Sistar
Sistar,
songs.
okay.
And they were all near the bottom. They were in like the 90s and 100.
Man, I love So
out
Cool.
of like, I think that. Well, I mean, if you think about that rating, it was like SNSD, Kara, Wonder Girls,
Yeah.
like Sistar. Like there's gonna be stuff at the bottom that's really good because
that's
everything
true.
that
Yeah,
rating was really good.
We didn't really put any stinkers in that rating for sure. Yeah, I'd agree with that. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything we would have to say about Sistar, right?
Yep.
Like
Now
just
moving
check
on to
out
the
like all their
best.
singles. All of their singles are really good in my opinion.
Yes.
Like even their early ones. Let's see. Yeah, so next is what we
The best of the 3 groups we're talking about.
mentioned earlier, APink. They're
Yes.
still easily like one of my favorite groups. Obviously, Nate already
still
said
need
one of his favorite groups.
I need to sell you that and find the V2 Panda Bong.
did you ever buy that yet?
No, I need to find it. I think it's like sold out, unfortunately.
Rip. See if you can find it on
Yeah.
an auction site or something. Hopefully, you don't have to go through hell and
Spend
back to find it
$200
like that
on
IOI
like
light stick.
like IOI light stick. I spent $250 on it or whatever I spent. I don't want to talk about that.
You were like watching the guy was being an asshole, and he just kept.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, APink, definitely one of the best groups. I think, I'd say, like, even though they're one of my favorite groups, I'd say their debut is probably kind of weak. Is like probably their weakest single, like overall.
Oh, I love their debut, but
Like I don't know.
I'm biased as hell. So the thing with APink for me is they're the first K-pop group that I ever followed from pre-debut.
Yeah.
So like I was looking at like I was watching their teasers, and this was like right as I got into K-pop. I was like, oh, this group is like a new 7-member girl group. I love SNSD. That sounds like they've got like an innocent early SNSD style sound. So, and it was like literally as I was getting into K-pop. So I just got really like invested in this group. And that's just stuck with me forever because they're an amazing group.
Yeah,
so they're
to begin with, like I probably didn't really start liking them until like I found My, which is actually probably one of my favorite APink songs still today.
Yeah,
My,
great song.
It's so fun, and also I love the dance, the like leg dance basically that they're doing, like a little skipping dance with their feet.
Yeah,
it's so cute. Hush also is super good. Actually, why don't we talk about the like kind of the history, because they've like moved around a bit, like company wise.
Yeah. So I was gonna say they're from Play M currently, which was way back then when they debuted was A Cube, which so they were actually a subsidiary of Cube. And then eventually that company became independent and became Plan A.
Yep.
And then they were bought by Kakao and Music and are now Play M, which we talked about last week with Weekly.
Yep.
Is their new girl group. But yeah, they're actually like, at this point, they're kind of role models for girl groups because they're still together 9 years later.
Yep.
And with pretty much the main lineup, like they originally had 7 members, but 1 member left in 2013, so only 2 years.
What?
And 7 years now they've had this lineup of the six.
Yeah, why did
they're really close.
Leave? I forget. Like education or something?
It was just one of the like generic, she left to focus on her studies.
Yeah.
BS reasons. There was actually a little bit of like controversy that never got solved there.
Really?
Because there were rumors that her dad, like there's rumors that her dad was really rich and paid for their dorm and basically bought her way into the group. But I don't want to like corroborate that because none of it was
I felt like
ever.
she was still a valuable member of the group.
I really liked her.
She did all the
English
lines.
Awesome English.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. She did all the really, really hilarious, cheesy English lines
Hey
that
boy,
are in their first
you're
few
my
albums.
Angel.
I love them. They're my favorite part of APink songs in the early days. So yeah, but other than Yukyung, like, it's been these 6 members forever. They're known for being really close.
Yeah.
The company hasn't screwed them over to where they want to leave.
Yep.
Like they're still together, they're still putting out music, and they're still like on shows together.
Yeah, I think
they were on Running
been...
Man last year a couple times. They're doing a travel show right now on YouTube that I've been watching.
Like knock on wood, I feel like they have been really fortunate like with the company they got. Like because I feel like they've for the most part done right by them for most of their career. So
the entire career.
Here's to hoping they just stay together for like 20 years.
you know?
Exactly. Like
you don't need to like get married or have lives or anything. Just keep putting out music for the next.
I mean, even if they did, I feel like
10 years.
I feel like even if they weren't making as much
They'd
money from fanboys, I think they'd still have fun just doing albums and stuff together.
Yep. So yeah. So if you don't know APink, they are still around. They put out the 2019 K-pop Song of the Year, truly Daebak K-pop Song of the Year with Ung last year.
Dude.
So if you've been listening to the podcast, you know APink. Even if you're a new member, like we talk about them all the time. They are my 3rd favorite K-pop group of all time after SNSD and Kara.
Yep.
And they're, for the longest time, they were in the same camp as GFriend, where they had a sound and they stuck to it.
Wait, I just noticed. I'm looking at the chart positions on the singles. Ung only made it to 17. That is blasphemy.
That doesn't surprise me that Korea didn't like it.
Wait, but I'm So Sick got 3 and Dum Da Dum got 2.
So that's weird.
Yeah, because they're like the same sort of style. Whatever. Anyway, it probably has to do with what came out at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows what was out? There's probably a BTS song out or something. But yeah, so they had a sound that they stuck to for the longest time. Yeah, like debut till 2017, basically 2018 even. But they're just the queens of like innocent, cute girl group songs. Like either there'll be like a slower, innocent, like vocal focused ballady song, or they'll have like just really cute, fun bubblegum pop songs.
Yeah, think like
they did that.
SNSD, like SNSD first album,
early SNSD,
like I think GFriend definitely takes inspiration from APink as well. Yeah, so if you know that style, you can kind of imagine.
Yep, and that's why I followed APink from the start, and that's why I followed GFriend. I was like, both of them were like,
early
these
SNSD.
remind me of early SNSD, and once GFriend came out, I was like, this reminds me of early SNSD and APink. So yeah, like obviously, if you're not into that kind of music, you're not gonna like APink.
Well, you might like their
all their old stuff. You might like their new stuff.
Yeah,
but they're basically their entire career
Their bread and butter.
for the past. Yeah. You won't like their music, but yeah, it recently in 2018 with I'm So Sick, they kind of switched gears into doing more mature sound.
Yeah, it's like they do like more like mature like electro pop stuff. Which I'm really glad they did that, because I felt like with 5 it was getting kind of a little weird, like with their age, I think, to keep doing that. And I feel like they probably also felt the same way.
Yeah,
so,
I think it was at this point, like,
it's more
they can do whatever the hell they want, because they're big enough. Like, they were never like the number one group that everyone knew about, but people knew about. Like, APink was a known quantity.
I think APink's popularity is similar to Oh My Girl, in that they're like super popular with a niche like audience. Like I remember I'd always see on like variety shows and stuff that APink was like super popular in the military. Like, all the military guys like loved APink.
Yeah, and they kind of got a boost from some of their members. So like, they're another group where a lot of their members are known outside of the group.
Yeah.
And that brought that back in. So like, very early on, Eunji started acting, and she's very well known as an actress.
I watched something
probably even more so than as a girl group member.
Oh yeah, Reply 1997. That's what
she is in Reply. That was her first show.
That was fantastic.
And she doesn't do a ton of stuff, but that was like what got her known.
Dude.
And then she does a lot of OSTs as well.
You know, that was I don't watch a lot of dramas, but like I watched that one all the way complete. Reply 1997 was fantastic. Was so good. So was 1994. She's in that for like 5 seconds, but
yeah, that was when I stopped. It was like I had like 3 episodes left, and I never finished that show.
Dude, that show is probably my favorite favorite drama. But
and then Bomi is super well known for variety shows.
Yep. Naeun does tons of CFs and modeling.
Yeah, Naeun is insanely popular in terms of modeling and photo shoots and CFs and stuff.
Doesn't Hayoung
and she does acting as well.
Too?
I think almost all of them probably do acting. I think Namju might be the only one that doesn't.
Okay.
And Bomi maybe. I'll check all theirs right now. Because Naeun acts as well. Chorong actually does songwriting. She did a lot of. she wrote a lot of songs for APink. With people. I don't think she really did anything by herself. But yeah, she's in some dramas as well. Hayoung's in some dramas. They've all done some dramas basically.
Yeah.
I
think, and I'm definitely really happy that they're in a kind of position that they can kind of just keep going forever, I think. And I hope they have the same attitude in that, like, since they're already doing side projects to begin with, like Eunji does her like solo albums, they all do like acting and stuff. I think they're a group that could stay together for a long time.
Yeah, where they're just like, we'll work on our solo stuff when we're busy, but every once in a while we'll come back for a song and we'll put something out for the fans.
Yep.
Because they are really close. Even today. Like I said, they're doing right now airing weekly, I think, on One the K is like a travel show.
Yeah.
That I've been watching.
I guess so. I guess we'll see though, because I feel like I felt the same way about SNSD, and then like SNSD. After their 10th anniversary, they're like, peace.
We need to. Yeah. One day they'll come back. We hope, right?
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
I mean,
right?
Possibly could. I mean, they're all in Korea now, so there's that.
Yeah. Tiffany's stuck there. Might as well just put out a song.
Yeah. Like if it's just like a ballad like Sailing, I'll take it. I'll literally take anything. But
put out a crazy retro disco song again.
Yes.
Love that song.
All night. Yeah. But anyways, APink. I think so for me.
Somehow we always go back to us.
Dude, they're just God.
Who would have thought?
They're God. But
goddesses.
But anyway, I guess we can probably like just cover the major singles that people should probably check out.
Everything. Listen to all of their singles.
Yeah, I mean there's some like in between ballads that I don't listen to as much, but I'd say the main ones are probably So I Don't Know is their debut. I said I didn't really like it that much. Like, I don't hate the song, but I don't really listen to it.
Yeah, I mean, it is the quintessential like innocent girl group ballady
Yeah,
song, like
it's
slower
it's
ballady
just a little
song.
too like low energy, I think, is my
Yeah,
issue with it. Versus their other stuff. Like My is so catchy.
my.
Hush is really, really
Yep,
fun.
hush.
Hush kind of
No,
has like a
no.
little bit of a weird like electronic disco sort of
Hush,
vibe.
hush,
Yeah.
hush, hush. Do,
Um
do, do,
Boopy
do.
Boo is
I
really
love that song.
fun. I really like Boopy Boo.
Yes.
And when I
No, no, no,
really started to
obviously.
actually stand, that was in 2013 when they came out with No No No. That song was
Yeah, and that
huge.
was their song that blew up.
Yeah.
Like that was their first
Yeah,
big song.
yeah, like they're like, so if you go from, oh wow, No 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 actually sold less than singles wise. That's so weird. Anyway, I'm just
Yeah,
not.
but it had a higher chart, way higher chart.
Yeah. My No 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 peaked at number 3. So, which is weird. They've never peaked at number 1 before, which is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, it kind of blows my mind too. I didn't realize. Okay, well, so their albums did though.
Their albums did. Their singles
Pink
just
Love,
didn't.
Pink Up, and 1 and 6 have all hit peak album charts.
Yeah. So. Okay. So it's probably just some digital singles beating them out.
Yeah,
Usually.
exactly.
But yeah, No 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 is really iconic. Mr. Chew came out right after that. It was a perfect like follow up to No No No. It was just as catchy. It was just as good. It didn't feel too samey. Yep. I think it actually Mr. Chew I think has more views now than No 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 does. I'm not sure about that.
Oh, probably though. Mr. Chew I think is their most popular song.
Yeah.
Like if I had to pick one song to send people for APink, it'd be Mr.
Chew. Yeah. And then they came out with Love, which is kind of weird. Like it's spelled Leuv, but in the chorus they go Love.
Love. Love. Yep.
It's like,
doesn't make any sense.
Why did you spell it that way?
We'll go with it.
Yep.
Well, probably because it's like
easier to.
It would be insanely hard to search for like
Love.
Leuv is probably already hard enough, but like searching a song Love, like
yeah.
There's a bajillion songs just named Love.
So Love, I think, was kind of like the first time they were kind of hinting at being a little more mature with their concept. Like it still had the same song style, but the like music video was like darker in tone, and they had like they were like frowned. They like frowned through the whole like choreography and everything. They just like got the poker face, like the and then,
it was more mature, like styling and stuff. Even if the song wasn't really.
Yeah, like that was the first time they kind of treaded into that water, and then for Remember, which is the next one that I think is major. That's more of like a summer bop, I'd say. Like I remember the music video is them like on a yacht, like in the ocean and stuff. Like, yeah, that song was really fun. And I feel like Remember is kind of underrated among their singles. I feel like people don't really talk about it that much.
I think after Love is when people start like, although apparently it got number 2 as well in Korea, but at least in terms of like international fans saying like that's when people stopped really paying attention to APink.
Yeah. Actually, after according to the chart here, the singles chart or whatever, their like singles started selling under 1 million after Remember came out.
Yeah. So yeah, and then but I mean they continue putting out good stuff. Like I think Always and 5 are good songs.
Yeah, Always, 5, Only One before that. That was really good as well.
Yeah, Only One. Yep.
And then so after 5, that's when we talk about the like the transition into the new
electro pop stuff.
I think on Discord Andrew called it like the reboot era, which I think is apt. Yeah. Like they pretty much rebooted themselves with I'm So Sick.
And then and Dum Dum.
Yep. So those songs, all 3 of those are like more mature, like retro pop dance songs, which I feel like if I wanted to show somebody like what K-pop was, like that would be like one of those would probably be something I'd show them, just because I feel like it's it won't turn off people who don't like cute stuff. I think everyone kind of likes this kind of pop in some way or another. If they like pop music,
it's not. It's like Sistar song. It's like it's not offensive. Like
it's
people won't hate it.
It's not offensive, but I wouldn't call it inoffensive, if that makes sense.
That's what I mean. Like
Yeah, like most people, I'd say would be on board with this if
would
they
tolerate
like
it.
K-pop in general. Like this is the type
Yep.
of sound I would like attribute to K-pop if I was to, like, if someone really like made me condense it into one genre.
Yep.
This is what I think of first,
Yes.
I guess.
Is K-pop.
Yes,
That is all you
it's
need
100%
to know.
pure K-pop. Yeah, so go listen to yeah, if you want to search that, just
Speaking
type
of,
%.
I'm so excited. Yeah, it's just %sign is the name of the song, which spells out in Korean.
Korean, yeah, and Hangul.
If you take the % and turn it so the line is flat,
Yep.
it's Side note, that is reminding me that sometime soon, hopefully this week, I need to check. I'm gonna check the tracking right now. I have their 2020
DVD
concert DVD.
Nice.
From February, which means it has live.
Does it have Dum Dum? I don't remember when that came out.
No, Dum Dum came out after. It was in February. Dum Dum came out
like
after,
April or something.
Yeah, it came out post COVID.
Oh yeah,
world.
You're right. That was like one of the first things that came out during lockdown.
Yeah, because we covered it. We covered it during our episode where we went crazy and covered everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So April 13th. Yeah. So.
But this concert was in February before that.
Okay.
But it has live, and we're gonna watch it this weekend if it comes in time.
Okay. Yeah. I'll have to watch that. I'm excited for that then.
Yeah. But yeah, I think like APink is another. They once again bringing it back to SNSD. There are a group like SNSD where they're just like they don't really have a rapper, and then all of their members are really good vocalists.
Yeah.
So like their vocal.
I never even considered that. Yeah, they
ability.
They don't have a rapper, and they always have
Chorang
good music.
And Bomi have rapped occasionally, but like
yeah,
they just don't care about having a rapper, and they never conform to that.
Yeah, I mean
that's
it is similar to SNSD. Like Hyoyeon raps sometimes. Tiffany has done it before in live performances. Sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But their just vocal talent is really like even their dancers like with like Namju and Bomi are good vocalists, like really good vocalists.
Yeah, like I said about Hyolyn, like Eunji is always talked about like in the conversation. I'd say for best K-pop vocalist.
Yes.
At least from like the sort of 2nd/3rd gen era. So.
Yep. Yeah, Eunji is up there in like top K-pop vocalist with like IU and Daeyeon in my opinion.
Yep.
So yeah, APink, they're amazing. I love them.
Yep.
Their fandom is the pink pandas, and they have a panda light stick, and it's the cutest thing in the world.
I really want to get a panda bong. I would like that.
I need to find a panda bong V2 so I can give you this one.
Yeah. I also need I still haven't gotten SNSD. Like the only light stick I have is Red Velvet. So yeah, I need to buy SNSD, I need to buy Shiny, and I need to buy Boa. I want those 3.
Just get all the SM ones.
Yeah, basically. Well, I don't think I'd get
Super
NCT
Junior while you're at it
or anything.
An EXO.
Yeah.
You don't want Super Junior?
I mean, I really like Super Junior, but I don't really stand them. So
yeah,
like those. And
then
like,
FX never got one.
Yeah, FX never got one. If FX had one, I would add that to my list because those would be my 5 SM light sticks that I'd buy. Is Boa, Shiny, not Super Junior, SNSD, FX, Red Velvet. So, yeah. All right. I think that pretty much covers everything we wanted to talk about as far as APink, right? So
yeah, it was an hour and a half show. It was a good length.
Yep.
Not too long, not too short.
Digestible.
Yes.
Yep. Not like our first releases episode that was over 3 hours long.
It's like 4 hours long almost.
All right.
Let us know if you go back and listen to our episode about Hwayoung and the Twin Snakes and T-ara.
Oh yeah, I'm curious how long.
Tell us how bad it is.
I remember, dude, that was so funny when that happened. I was like, serves you right.
And the problem is that was we lost our channel, so it's not split up into parts. So you have to watch the whole episode.
Oh yeah, and we probably don't have timestamps back then either.
No, I did not go back because when we re-uploaded all the old episodes, that we didn't
way too much work.
Touch. Yeah,
I don't even
think we.
I don't even think we did timestamps back then anyway. when we.
No, we didn't.
So
I started doing timestamps way later.
yeah. So
you close this out. I'm actually gonna try to figure out what episode it was.
okay. Yeah. So yeah, I guess with that, thanks for listening this week. Hope you'll come back again in 2 weeks for the next episode. Subscribe if you like our podcast and you're new. Leave a comment about like any of your thoughts of what we talked about this week. Like I said earlier, please join Discord. It's a ton of fun. We just mentioned we were gonna. That's another activity we do. Sometimes we live stream concerts on the weekends and watch those together as well. So yeah, we got a ton of events like song ratings.
Andrew
We got
never uploaded those.
what?
It's not even on YouTube.
Wait, we didn't upload it?
Is it? No, we did. We have episodes 1, 2, 3, and then 24, and then 26.
Oh wait, no. Scroll up. They're like out of order.
Or is it out of order?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I think 26 was the next episode after we lost your channel.
26 was after. Yeah, there definitely was.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure we did end up getting the rest of them eventually. But anyway, yeah. So we do like song ratings. We do fantasy league. We do discography listens. We do all sorts of different stuff. So yeah, concert watch, longest game nights. So it's a lot of fun. If you think that sounds like fun, you'd like to join in. Link is in the description. And yeah.
It was episode 7. It was 2 hours and 20 minutes. The topics were Card, T-ara scandal, and Jacob's top 15 K-pop songs of all time.
All right. That probably it's probably changed because my top 15 probably changed just like the wind.
But yeah, and that was early 2017. So.
Yeah, although I'd probably stick by most of the songs on that list if I'm honest. So yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Thank you and good night.
Stay panda.
Stay throbbingly panda.
And off.
Colorful. Yeah, colorful. I can be pink. I can be purple. I can be green. I can be brown. I can be blue. I can be yellow. I can be red.